Welcome back. The details. The World Youth Forum's 4th edition kicks off in Sharm el-Sheikh under the auspices of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. Delegations continue to arrive in Sharm el-Sheikh for the forum, which will be held on January 10th till the 13th. Organizers say the forum aims at bringing together youth to boost dialogue and discuss issues of development, in addition to sending a message of peace and prosperity from Egypt to the whole world. Meanwhile, the administration of the forum announced the usage of unprecedented technologies and taking all precautionary and preventive measures against COVID-19, particularly the new mutated Omicron variant. It said the new technologies include advanced robots, one to sterilize halls, another to measure temperatures of the participants, distributing sterilization tools to attendees, as well as a third to distribute food and drinks. The administration said all doors of the halls and means of transportation at the forum are self-sterilized to prevent virus transmission. On the sidelines of the preparations of the World Forum's 4th edition, which is to kick off in Sharm el-Sheikh on Monday, Nile TV's International conducted the following interview with one of the forum's participants, Esi Pobe.
My name is Nanesi Pobi. I'm from Ghana and I'm at this year's World Youth Forum. Today's workshop, we spoke about the role of the youth in tackling environmental and climatic challenges. So the takeaways from the event were basically engaging the youth at the grassroots levels. So we talk about youth engagement from different groups on what is climate change, the impact of climate change, and how best to fight climate change. We also spoke about using the youth as points of contact to engage in education awareness, sensitizing the public on how best to tackle climate change, and also encouraging them to adapt to the new situation since climate change is here with us. So you talk about diversifying your source of income, so moving from farming to entrepreneurship, talking about pastoralism and how best to prevent conflict when pastoralists and farmers move from their country to another country in this era of accelerated climate change. Thank you.
Earlier, a number of WYF preparatory workshops were held on the 8th of January and are to resumed on the 9th. The workshops tackle effects of coronavirus pandemic, the UN objectives for sustainable development 2030, the future of financial technology, digital transformation after coronavirus, Generation Z's vision of the after-pandemic world, and the African continent's future in the year 2063, as well as emerging markets. The workshops also tackle water policies and environmental challenges, growing global role for emerging companies, business pioneering, and after coronavirus education process. Among the files also tackled our recovery paths, the role of youth in facing environmental and climate challenges, in addition to the Egyptian experience in developing human through Decent Life Initiative, as well as its goals. There were also a simulation for UN Human Rights Council and meetings of youth business pioneers and investors from different nationalities. A workshop dubbed Future of Technology and Digital Transformation Post-Pandemic was held ahead of the start of the World Youth Forum. The workshop discussed using various technological means in daily life to face challenges of the coronavirus pandemic. During the workshop, technology experts stressed the importance of technology to support infrastructure. They warned that weak infrastructure leads to complexities like cost hikes of essential resources. Another workshop was also held on the growing role of startups and entrepreneurship worldwide. During the workshop, participants questioned the concept of startups from the youth's viewpoint and what distinguishes them from traditional companies. They also discussed the concept of startups and their reliance on technology to hike investments. The workshop highlighted the impact of the coronavirus pandemic on the business environment and whether it's seen as a chance or a challenge. Participants agreed that the youth are the most harmed from the repercussions of the pandemic, particularly women. Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli held a meeting on Sunday with Minister of Finance to discuss public state budget of the new year. Madbouli asserted that the 2022-2023 budget scheme comes within the framework of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi directives to expand the volume of investments. Madbouli reiterated that the new state budget stipulates the increase of funding the developmental and services projects in all sectors. The Premier also pointed out that it includes some terms on implementing several projects of Decent Life presidential initiative during the current year. The Egyptian-Saudi joint military drill Tabuk 5 was launched in Saudi Arabia as the commander of the Egyptian forces participating in the military exercises asserted the necessity of the drill in unifying concepts and exchanging expertise to strengthen combat capabilities. For his part, the commander of the Saudi Northeast region said the drills enhance bilateral military cooperation and creates a fertile environment for exchanging expertise. Tabuk 5 training is one of the greatest joint military drills between both countries with regards to the size of the troops participating and the varieties of activities. Former deputy of the Higher Constitutional Court, Councillor Tahani Al-Gibali, passed away on Sunday with repercussions of COVID-19 as he was receiving treatment in a hospital. The councillor was born in 1950, graduated from the Faculty of Law in 1973 and worked as a lawyer for nearly 30 years. She was the first Egyptian female lawyer to be elected member of the Lawyers Syndicate Council and the first female lawyer to be elected member of the Permanent Bureau of the Arab Lawyers Union. UK Education Minister said on Sunday that reducing the self-isolation period for people who test positive for COVID-19 from 7 days to 5 would help bridge workforces that have been hard hit by absences. This came as many European countries and Australia have seen a worsening COVID-19